Man, what it do, world? We got a late night edition on the kind of what is that? The Sherlock Holmes, you know what I'm saying? Kind of dark with a little dim light, and some more information that came out on Freaky You. You know what I'm saying? The man who's all over the headlines, trending everywhere. But it made me think of a video I seen from Ron Wells, in which he was articulating the sexual underworld. Um, Maybe not to that level, but you have to be mindful and cognizant, right? You see people on surface value, but you be surprised what people do behind closed doors or when you're out of their sight or they're out of your sight. This don't surprise me. Now maybe certain, components of it, like him having, a tanker trailer full of baby oil to, what I'm saying, bust up people's hind parts and all that there, yo. But trust and believe the people you interact with in your community, on your job, in your place of leisure, they're sexual deviants too. How do you know that, Kyle? Because of the spiritual imposition and the societal social engineering. Everybody freaked out, yo. Yeah, you don't want to believe it. It can't be, and it's not everybody, but it is the vast majority. You'd be surprised, and I've seen this personally. Say, folk married, but some old whoever come scoop her up, and they. Oh, okay, I'll give you a prime example, right? I was working at this pharmaceutical company, right? So the dude training me, right? So everybody in that junk splacking, right? I guess any time you have a dynamic of males and females interact, it's bound to happen, jail, wherever, right? Office, it don't make no difference, right? But here was the tripping part where I was shutting the store, so I was actually in like one of them sober living houses. So me and the dude I lived with, we was working at the same spot. So I'm putting on my little astronaut suit because we fumbling around with these chemicals. I see Cuz come through the hall, but I don't actually see the actual incident. So then everybody keep telling me woo the woo, right? So what happened was he's sliding down the hall. I'm putting my suit on so I don't see him. But there was like a Spanish girl there or whatever. She wasn't really too. She had a great personality, but she wasn't nothing super crazy. So they said my mind he housed her cheeks right there, right. So she turned around and the supervisor standing right there. So it kind of put her on blast, like you ain't gonna do nothing, whatever, whatever. So we was all thinking like, what would possess him to feel comfortable to do that in front of everybody, unless she was giving them rhythm, something like that, woo woo woo. So my trainer had been told me every now and again when he feel like he get the top from the girl. He got a girl that worked there, I think, in another department. She had a dude that worked there on a different shift, right? So my mind says after that, right? So I'm like, yo, did he, like, could he have accidentally done it? Or he's like, nah, man, he housed them joints. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, God darn, cuz. So we had this great big sexual, what they call that, sexual harassment meeting, and doo-doo won't be tolerated. They fired my man and all that, right? So after the fact, we go on break. Come back, my mind tell me. Now, mind you, he done fooled with her before. So he was like, man, you all right? Because she cool people, you know what I'm saying? So she like, yeah. She was like, you all right? Then she basically was like, I'll feel better if I can give you some head, yeah. On the break. You be surprised, yo. The land is burned, yo. Unless, you want to hit and miss her like that there. Outside of that, I'm trying to told you. And then for those, like with the Diddy situation, who, did he coerce him? Did he force him? Yeah. But you still had to say so. You see what I'm saying? Just like when R. Kelly peed on them folk, all they had to do was move their head. But because of finance or the illusion of whatever, 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 these people be willing participants in their own destruction because of money, finance, so on and so forth. And then when it behooves them, then they come expose it. Your silence speaks complicity. You see what I'm saying? Let's say 10 years ago, how many people were actually coming out and saying this? Now, I know a lot of them got blackballed. You see what I'm saying? Just like when I was working at the old job, when I said that joint's like a penis trafficking ring. Each time I left, I started an avalanche of people leaving who weren't like that or just couldn't take it no more. Yeah, you gotta keep a job. You'll try it, but it just get to the point where you just can't be associated with that stuff no more. But the people who won't get far still work there, and they're still committing the same autocracies, right? So it got me thinking that there's some type of environment that is protecting these people, because they have numerous allegations of this, numerous allegations of bringing in contraband, and yet they barely even get reprimanded, and they're given the benefit of the doubt. You see what I'm saying? In these various social hierarchies, or whatever you want to call it makes no sense. Like, even, you might be better suited for a promotion, but they'll give it to somebody who can't even handle the job they got. You know how they got that job? They done did something strange. And it's not like anybody is beyond this because of morals and compassion, or not compassion, but just morals or ethics. If me doing this will get me an opportunity, they're gonna do it. That's why you notice can't nobody be by themselves, because your subconscious and them demons and the shame hit you and start beating you up. That's why everybody jump from person to person to person. But it's just a bunch of damaged people dealing with other damaged people, and then blaming the damaged person for damaging them even more, even though nobody has gone on a path of healing. So because you haven't healed, you just end up doing the same actions repeatedly over and over and over again. Because a healed person ain't putting up with that. A healed person values themselves. You see what I'm saying? A healed person is looking for reciprocation of that which they so freely give by default. You see what I'm saying? Yo, I've just seen so many different. Like, I know of one situation. I was at the gym and seen the girl who used to be in the rehab. Now I see pictures of her with the American Heartthrob dude, taking pictures by the water, and, look like the all-American couple, right? I seen her lead a gym with a basketball playing looking dude. What you think? You know what I'm saying? Yo, you can't trust these folk no further than you can throw them. You know what I mean? And it's so culturalized in the society that nobody feels any type of way because they get caught. Nobody's taking into account how my action will affect the next person. Everyone is all for self and their own, like the words say, being lovers of pleasure and lovers of themselves. Now, somebody turn around and do it to you, you feel some type of way. But you feel totally justified in doing it to somebody else because it benefit you. Or so you think. Man, it's ill in the battlefield. Man, you got these older women's out here. They might be the worst ones. They got a little finance too, maybe, you know what I'm saying? You be surprised, man. I know a cat, they got these older women, let's say my age, I'm in, the 35 to 45 range. They got these joints, they tag teaming these joints on camera while they off the pill. I mean, like, our older, ladies are getting smutted out. You know what I'm saying? Yo, what, as a nation of people, I'm talking about Negroes here, what are we supposed to do? If this is the character. Now, everybody make mistakes. Here's my thing, though, right? Everybody's made mistakes. Everybody got a pass. And I'm not judgmental on anybody who got a pass. However, I don't want to see your past in the present, such as myself. Like, I've suffered from, alcoholism, homelessness, poverty. I've been in the funny farm a couple times. From 18 to 25, I stayed in jail off and on. You see what I'm saying? But if you were to meet me now in real life, you couldn't tell any of that transpire. I have no residual, behavior from that. It was just something I did, and then I fought and, worked on myself for that not to be a part of my present reality. Excuse me. But a lot of time when you don't, and now, like I said, people used to be able to play the game for a little bit. Now, the mask slipping on about 3 days. They can't hold it. They can't hold it. It's like everybody has become possessed by, like I said, like when that black stuff got on Spider-Man. I'll play whatever around whoever. However, I really ain't nothing like that. I get off on being sneaky. I get off on being sexually debauched with whoever's around. You see what I'm saying? I overemphasize self in society, but deep down, I have no self-worth or self-value. Because again, anybody that does ain't doing no stuff like that. And then let's say they do so happen to do it, they feel bad about it and seek not to do it no more. But this just ain't in Hollywood and P. Diddy. These are in your community, especially in the Negro community. That's why it's so fractioned and broken off. That's why the younger folks have no respect for the older folks. And I ain't talking about elderly folks. I'm talking about like people my age. You see what I'm saying? Because we don't even really give them game. And if we do, there's an ulterior motive. I'm not giving you game because I want to see you shine. Just freely, because I don't want to see you take the drop. There's some type of ulterior motive. That's why a lot of times the younger don't want to fool with the, like, folk my age, because they perceive it to not be genuine. You try and get over. And then we'll say, oh, you don't respect your elder, because we're not giving them nothing to respect. That's why. You see what I'm saying? Now, I don't necessarily have that problem. Just because, you know what I mean? Like when I was living in Baltimore, hey, I'm in the same boat with you, cuz. I might not know what to do, but don't do that. Think about this, cuz. Actually, here. Hit that junk real quick, cuz. You know what I'm saying? I don't even know, man. I ain't got to know you. I know it's real, though, baby. I feel you. I ain't going to take no joints. You know what I'm saying? But that's why, again, I just pray. Like, I'm actually anticipating the fall of this place. Yeah, resources and civil unrest and all that. But it'll actually force people to do right. You know what I'm saying? Or to see the error of their ways, because this illusionary society has been blown apart. And what we're also saying, like I said in the last video, judgment here now. I know of people who have gotten away with a certain amount of stuff just like Diddy. And now everything around them falling apart. They can't mentally hold up. They're asking for help from people who they've effed over. And then getting mad when they still offer the help, but they don't want to hear it. Here's another thing I'm noticing too, right? Hold on. Here's another thing I'm noticing too, right? People want help. Dang. People want help, but when you offer or you offer the help, they don't want the personal responsibility and the work that come with the help. They just want the problem solved. But they don't want to actually go through the steps to work it out themselves. And you know how that goes. You help somebody, and then as soon as they out of it, they act like they don't know you till they need you again. And then if you say no, then they go on some smear campaign about you. Like they rage out at you. But they don't rage out at the people who led to them being in that situation anyway. They get a pass. That's why I said this place has become, I don't know how well it functions, but a free society that's actually, it's really in reality an insane asylum. It's so insane that sane people actually look crazy. People with critical thought look crazy. People who can control themselves look crazy. Or like some type of anomaly in the matrix. When you have a version or a semblance of foresight, people act like you're magical. When you're comfortable with yourself and don't necessarily need a lot of validation and things of that nature, you're like a unicorn. They wonder where you come from. And it's like it's taking place each and every day to a greater degree. And I'm just like the dirt road sociologist, just, jotting down the data of what I'm saying so that I can effectively navigate this here. You see what I'm saying? I told y'all the story about my neck. Like, it's just all over. Like, I'll give you another one, right? I got a partner of mine. He has a daughter. She might be 8, she's not 20 yet. She's probably not 21 yet, right? So I believe her to be pregnant, right? So he'd actually posted pictures, I guess, of them at the baby shower. His daughter's pregnant, but her significant other is a bulldagger. So where'd the baby come from? And they're all taking pictures like they're happy. Man, we not mad people. Man, we ain't take no picture. We ain't, man, no. You know what I'm saying? All this inclusion, all this, just accepting of unacceptable stuff because it's become normalized, where it's like I'm down there on an alien planet. This is nothing to be proud of. I know people in a small town, right? Where now we got this epidemic of teenage pregnancy. Like all the little youngins who they're getting pregnant by whoever they're getting pregnant by. And they're having baby showers in a celebratory fashion. You ever notice in the black community we have a whole bunch of baby showers, but no wedding showers? This place got to fall, and we got to be getting closer. And I know I'm not supposed to wish on. I don't think that pertains to what it says in Amos, the day of the Lord. And it says, don't wish for that because it'd be a very dreadful day and all that. And I don't get off on, seeing people suffering or anything along those lines. I just have a desire to see it be set right. Let's reset this thing and start over from scratch. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, we've come up with concepts to describe stuff that has never existed on Earth, like co-parenting. They had to make that up because of this social construct here. You see what I'm saying? A baby mama, a baby father, dating, friends with benefits. Those things in application have never existed on Earth. This is truly Babylon, Sodom, and Gomorrah. Actually, you know what it is too at the same time? It's Rome 2.0. Diddy was acting like a Roman. It don't even matter who it is. He punishing them. You know what I'm saying? It don't make no difference. Man, woman, child, it don't make no difference. Come here. You know what I'm saying? Like, God darn, cuz. Y'all was listening to the I guess the special prosecutor list, whatever. And I'm laughing like, I'm tripping off cuz, like, that's why I talk about the inability to be able to control yourself. Yeah, I mean, you can do this and do that. But to the point, it was almost like he was using his business as a front for his own sexual desires. And then you get so freaky loose, regular sex don't do nothing for you. You gotta tie somebody up to the wall and drug them, and it really don't even be the sex, it be the power. That's what they be getting off of. Just like, when they say that folk be in prison and they, manipulate dude or whatever. It don't be for the sexual gratification. They get the sexual gratification off the power of having power over someone. Yo, that's wow. Yo. Now I would like to know what the percentage would be in relation to how much actual sexual intercourse is actually based in love or genuine connection at this point in the game. You know what I mean? To me, it seems either transactional or, some type of dominant, submissive thing as far as, you might be in need, they got the finance. You might be homeless, they might got the house. It be all certain, but is there any truth? Like, do people even like each other at this point? Shit, I take it a step. Do people even like themselves? Because I know me personally, when I'm making a whole bunch of bad decisions and drinking, I ain't like myself. How am I like myself and I keep making all these bad decisions? Then I'm going to have to drink to not deal with it. That helps contribute to more bad decisions. Until I just went through the detox and the pain of dealing with it. Now, that's nowhere in semblance of my current existence. But it was work and it was very arduous. But it was definitely beneficial and well worth it. As I am seeing now. It's insane, Joe. How, like, everyone's just moved into this place of, I guess because the social construct, just individuality. No compassion for the next person. No, I could, and I do this routinely. I can do this, but then I take into account, is this going to negatively affect the other person? And if I even perceive that to be even slightly, I ain't finna do it. I don't even want that. I got bad conscience. Now, like the word, nobody has a conscience. Motherfucker do all this, like I told you about the dude, Shotgun Bob from Life that I was working with. He was going to the next town over, punishing all the girls in early recovery like he was the show enough. To the point where they had to run him out of town. Get your bitch ass away from here, man. And with this on his jacket, he still continued to, and everybody knew it. When I found out, I told my supervisor, I come to find out they already knew. There was no reprimand. They was like, hey man, you need to stop this, or you need to go here and get some help, or we'll give you some time off. None of that. And then I started discovering, I'm around nothing but heathens and sexual deviants. Everybody just preying on each other. When I came to that realization, I said, oh my damn. in a place of healing. The people who talk the most 12 steps and this, that, and the third, do the most, like, yo, there were counselors that were OnlyFans. Counselors were moving guys in their home, and first thing they do, getting them drunk because they want some Hennessy meat. You understand me? Yo, it was crazy. The one girl, she took my place when I left the first time. Come to find out, and everybody, she got a man. They was trying to figure out if her kid was Bob Klein. She's just going town to these various recovery houses, getting smashed. And here the tripping part, after they smash, these dudes like, nah, I'm gonna focus on my recovery. They see no value in you. How are you a healthcare professional and a drug addict and early recovery sees no value in you? See the inversion of this thing here? But when you see them, they chest out. They, you know what I'm saying? They put on this outward donning of class and whatever. And they be getting thrashed. My one man say, Shawty tried to pin up a baby on him. He done been through about 3-4 of my co-workers. So she scooped him up. We gonna get something to eat. She like, all right. He like, all right, bet. Then she was like, well, I gotta stop past the house real quick. He like, all right, bet. Well, since we're here, you can come in real quick for a minute. All right, bet. He said as soon as she hit the door, she stripped down naked. She had that planned out for the man. He was like, shit, well, since we're here. He said, yo, Shawty set me up. And if you were to see this particular, she's the most soft-spoken, most feminine girl who worked there. She's probably in the top 2 or 3 as far as getting punished. You know what I mean? Yo, there's had to be some spiritual whatever that is invoking itself on folk to where, and not only that, you do dirt and then don't even try to hide it. But then when people find out, first thing you say, who told on you? No, you're telling on yourself the fact that you're doing it right on Front Street. Just move to the side street. But they won't do that. Yo, it's ill. Like I said, my one work daughter, and I'm just going through these different, and this was just at work. She got a sex tape floating around that everybody done seen but me. I'm like, wow. How would you even put yourself in a position for them to do it? But she still worked there, and she got a promotion. And everybody know. You see what I'm saying? And these are the women who will promote themselves to you that they're wifey material, or you need to be this type of dude to get with me and so on. But these folk, and let's say you take it face value, you come find out they've been getting punished all over town for you met them. That's why, or they got sex tapes out there. Like my one man, he just posted on Facebook, he was ready to marry this bride. He get himself together, he from around on the hub, and see his peoples, his shawty. No, not my queen, on the hub, cuz. Crushed him up. I said, I've been telling brothers we're on the battlefield. And I can tell you, but a lot of times you got to experience it for the depth of it to really hit you. It's so crazy here. As a man, you almost have to curtail your natural masculine inclinations because it'll get used against you. Your natural inclination to provide with the wrong woman, she'll treat you like a simp and just work you out your bread. You see what I'm saying? If they perceive you actually genuinely care about them as a human being, they'll use that against you and test you to the limits to see how much you actually care. Instead of just doing right, man. It's to the point now, I can make the argument that damn near everybody, especially the modern woman, is demon possessed. That's why they're all broken and damaged. And then you really start seeing once they hit about 35, 40, you know, girls trip out the country, go get punished, and you know what I'm saying, just doing whatever. And it's like all they care about is they don't care about nothing else. I know one sister personally. She going through it. But you offer, tangible solution that will require her effort. She don't want to hear about it. But then if you tell her that she contributed to the actual thing she's going through, then she'll say, oh, you're attacking me. No, I'm telling you, you're responsible for what you're going through. No accountability. Every time something happened to you, it's somebody else's fault. So it's been somebody else's fault the last 30 years. That's why I said, I think I did a video about how has become drunk from the fornication of the wine of Babylon. When somebody drunk, you can't talk to him. You can't reason with him. You got to let them sober up. You got to let them go through the pain. You can't help them because then you're just enabling them. You see what I'm saying? A drunk person can't help you because they're drunk. You see what I'm saying? Well, it's real in the battlefield, cuz. On the guys, bro. That's why I moves the way I moves. And I wish it wasn't this. I wish it wasn't this. This wasn't the case. However, out of necessity and self-preservation and keeping oil in my lampstand, like Scarface said, I often wish that I could save everyone, but I'm a dreamer, and that is a dream. The life you save may well be your own. And on that note, man, I'm going to sign off. Make sure you cover your six out here.